Hi guys, Frank here from Build Your Own, and this is a 2004 Toyota Sequoia Limited. I actually just spent like the last, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours washing, waxing, and detailing this Toyota Sequoia. I actually did a video of that, and I'll put a video of that up in the corner right now. I'll also put a video, I'll put that link down in the description below. This video, however, is a features and configurations review of the 2004 Toyota Sequoia, and this one here is a Limited. It came in 2 trims, SR5 and Limited. I'll get into the details, the features, and all that here in just a second. Real quick before we get started, I just did a video of the 2020 Toyota Sequoia. I did a build and price review of the new 2020 Toyota Sequoia. Very nice full-size SUV. I'm going to put a link to that video down in the description below. So make sure after you watch this video, you watch that video, and you watch me, that video of me washing and waxing this particular Sequoia right here. It's very, very nice for a 16-year-old vehicle. The 2004 Toyota Sequoia is among the best of the full-size SUVs. It is nearly the same size as a Ford Expedition and slightly larger than a Chevy Tahoe. Like most Toyotas, the Sequoia is very well engineered and offers high levels of build and finish quality. And Toyota offers some of the highest customer satisfaction and long-term reliability ratings in the auto industry. The Sequoia is every inch a truck, but it is very comfortable and relatively quiet. After spending the better part of the day detailing and cleaning this Sequoia, I can attest to its build quality and finish. It is very nice inside this SUV. It's got a lot of features, especially for 2004. You wouldn't think that there'd be so many features, that the Toyota would come with so many features, but this was the top level Sequoia. This is the big 8-seater. You can get 8 people in here. This one just happens to not have its 3rd row in it. It does have its 3rd row. It's just not in it because, like a lot of people, they take the 3rd row out so they can have more space to haul stuff. Speaking of hauling stuff, the Sequoia is a good vehicle for large families, particularly for those who pull trailers. It offers 3 rows of seats capable of carrying 8 passengers, like I said. Earlier, I spent a little time driving this Sequoia, and honestly, though big, the 2004 Toyota Sequoia is surprisingly maneuverable, and like I said, it's great for towing. It's got a big V8 engine. It's got a lot of torque. It doesn't seem to have any problem pulling its weight around. All models are well equipped, and Toyota has enhanced value for 2004 by adding equipment. The less expensive SR5 model adds standard dual zone front and rear climate control and power front seats. The high trim Sequoia Limited, which we're looking at right here, now comes standard with a power moonroof. And yep, sure enough, this Sequoia has a power moonroof. If the space, towing capacity, and off-road capability of a truck-based full-size sport utility are what you need in a used SUV, well, the 2004 Toyota Sequoia is hard to beat. Okay, let's talk about configurations and trim levels for the 2004 Toyota Sequoia. The Sequoia comes in 2 trim levels, like I said earlier. SR5, that's the base model, and Limited. Either way, both are powered by a 240 horsepower 4.7 liter V8 that's made it to a 4-speed automatic transmission. Rear-wheel drive is standard, and 4-wheel drive is available. This particular Limited does have all-wheel drive. Now, the SR5 comes standard with power windows, mirrors and door locks, cruise control, automatic dual zone climate control, power front seats, and an AM/FM stereo with both cassette and CD players, ABS with brake assist, and 16-inch style wheels. 4-wheel drive is extra on both models, so neither model gets all-wheel drive as standard. As you can see here, this model is the Limited. The Limited adds leather upholstery, heated seats and outside mirrors, color-keyed body, premium Jbl stereo with 10 speakers, a power slide and tilt moonroof, a roof rack, yep, it's up there, and 17-inch aluminum wheels. And these aluminum wheels are particularly nice. I was talking about these wheels when I was doing the washing and waxing video. Okay, so let's talk about safety equipment for the 2004 Toyota Sequoia. Both trim lines come standard with a lot of safety equipment. The electronic stability control system can help correct the skid when cornering. Traction control keeps the wheels from slipping when accelerating in slippery driving conditions. Front airbags are standard, as are 3-point seat belts for all 8 passengers. Front side impact and head protection airbags are optional, however. Okay, so what options were available in 2004 for the Toyota Sequoia if you had the SR5? So here are the SR5 options for the 2004 Toyota Sequoia. Toyota allows its customers more flexibility, apparently, with optional equipment, more than many manufacturers, because the 2004 Toyota Sequoia SR5 can be equipped with most of the limited content in several option packages. These include a preferred package with the leather and premium stereo with a 6-disc in-dash changer. There's an alloy wheel package which adds the 17-inch wheels, color coordinated fender flares, and the running boards just like we see here on this Limited. There's rear privacy glass, you get a towing receiver hitch, and a 7-pin wiring harness converter and high power alternator. That's all part of the alloy wheel package. And then there's also a convenience package for the SR5 that included heated outside mirrors, a trip computer with compass, outside temperature, current and average fuel consumption, and fuel range functions, and a HomeLink universal receiver. And there's nothing wrong with a automatic garage door opener that's already built into your vehicle. Now, if all that wasn't enough, that's a lot of packages that you could get on the SR5. If all that wasn't enough, there are standalone options that you could get on the 2004 Toyota Sequoia SR5. These include the power tilt slide moonroof with sunshade, the roof rack, remote keyless entry, trailer package, the premium stereo with a 6-inch in-dash CD changer, the rear seat audio controls, and a rear seat entertainment package with a DVD viewer and the rear audio control. So, boy, for 2004, like I was saying, you could get these things loaded. That's a lot of features. Whether it came standard or otherwise, you could get a lot of features in 2004 on the Sequoia. Okay, so what were the options for the Limited then? The SR5, you could get, well, basically, seemingly everything. I highly doubt that a lot of SR5s are running around highly optioned like that, because by the time you nickel and dime all that, wouldn't it just make sense to get a Limited? So I would think that though a lot of SR5 options were available, I don't think a lot of them are running around like that. At any rate, what were the options for the Limited? Well, options for the Limited model are, well, they're limited. They include the DVD entertainment system, rear seat audio, which this vehicle has, in-dash CD changer, a rear self-leveling suspension, and a rear spoiler. This vehicle, yeah, it does have the rear spoiler, and that looks pretty cool, actually. Here's the rear spoiler right there, and it has the third brake light up high right there. I think that's pretty cool. The 2004 Toyota Sequoia's overall look is clean, purposeful, and above all, big. The Sequoia takes its styling cues from the Toyota Tundra full-size pickup. Both are built at the same assembly plant in Princeton, Indiana. Sequoia may be the most conservatively styled full-size SUV available, especially in 2004. The rear looks more like a minivan than a truck, sort of, kinda. You know, it's got the big flip-up door, but you know what? There's a lot of utility, and this particular one is very, very attractive. The 2004 Toyota Sequoia's front and rear doors are nicely integrated and fit proportionally with the rearmost seating and cargo area. They swing open and close with exceptional lightness, but shut with a nice, secure thud. Let's hear if that is the case, even 16 years later. This one's an old one, right? Yeah, that's a nice, secure thud. What about on the back here? Seats are nicely integrated. These seats all flip up. We're going to take a closer look here in the interior in just a second. But yeah, very, very nice SUV. I've been pleasantly surprised cleaning this. It was nice to clean it because it gave me a chance to get intimately to know this vehicle very well. So it's really nice. Really nice. Let's hear that thud. Yeah, there's that nice thud there. So the window in the rear liftgate rolls down just like those on the wood panel station wagons of the 60s and 70s. That's good because Well, this is a big vehicle. The liftgate swings really high. It swings up really high. So it could be a long stretch for people that might be a little bit shorter, even with the hanging assist strap. Let me show you what I mean. So here's the liftgate up, and yeah, it's to give you a little perspective, it lifts up pretty high. I mean, that's pretty high. Here's that little strap. Here's a little strap that you can pull on, but depending on your height, you would think that for most folks, they can reach that. Most folks should be able to reach that. But if you're particularly short, yeah, that might be a reach for you. Let's talk about this body here for a second. So the Sequoia's overhangs, and what I mean by overhang is how much body extends in front of the front tire. Its overhangs, particularly in the front, are short, so the approach and departure angles are good for off-roading. The Limited model has body-colored wheel arches, as this one does. Mirrors and molding, and we can see it's got body-colored moldings, mirrors, and arches and all that, as opposed to black. It is also distinguished by its fog lights. Yep, it's got fog lights on it, and it also has running boards and the standard alloy wheels. All right, let's talk about the interior features, particularly the controls. I kind of like them. They're big. The controls follows Toyota's classic and handy standard. Lights on the left. Well, I've got the steering wheel turned upside down, but we got lights. Well, I guess that really wouldn't matter. We got lights on the left stalk over here, and wipers on the right stalk. I guess that's a Toyota formula. The stereo and the climate control buttons and knobs are larger than those in most vehicles, and that's definitely true, and are clustered in a pod in the center of the dash. Yeah, they're nice. They're easy to reach. They're cool. You got your mirror controls down here. You got your your four-wheel high and low and all that. You got your heated seat controls over here. You got lots of cup holders. You got your four-wheel drive. This is a clock that turns on right in here. It just happens to be off. I don't have the key in here. Yeah, lots of stuff. Here's your power moonroof and everything, and all your controls for all of that. Pretty cool. Not bad. I think Toyota's attention to detail can be seen everywhere inside the 2004 Sequoia. Look at this bin, for instance. It's terrifically large. It's between the front seats and is split between two levels. The top level has a fold-out clipboard and spring-loaded coin slots. Let's see. Look at that. Spring-loaded coin slots. I don't see a coin slot in here, but here's the clipboard right there. Maybe they mean down here. We're not going to go all through all that stuff, but it's really deep in there. Obviously, you can tell you can put a bunch of stuff in there because, well, there's a bunch of stuff in there. Can't see it. Apparently, the bottom level has a molded bookshelf-like CD holder to keep up to 8 CDs. Not that that matters in 2020. And there's obviously enough room to hold all kinds of stuff. Beverages, purses, towels, you name it. I mean, there's a lot of space in there. Shot of the door panel from the driver's side. The door pocket's pretty narrow. You're not going to get a whole bunch of stuff in there, but you got two full-size cup holders down here. And you've got two cubbies down here for storage, and then you also have a couple of bins down here. Here's another set of cup holders right down here, and well, I don't know what this was, maybe old school ashtray or something like that back in the day, because that has a cigarette lighter logo on it. Old school stuff. You don't really see that anymore. I don't think anybody makes that in 2020. I talked about how the Limited has the Jbl Audio System, and as you can see here, this one has the Jbl Audio System. It's got the full power seats and everything. Very, very, very nice. So there's this overhead console right here that holds sunglasses. This is a little information system up here. Driver information center. It's got a compass, outside temperature gauge, fuel economy, all of that. At least I believe it's there. I think it's there. I guess it'd either be down there or down in there, one of the two places. So yeah, like I said, I haven't spent a bunch of time with the vehicle, not enough to know where every feature is, but I do know what every feature is. All right, let's talk about the second row seats. This is a 3-passenger, a 3-row SUV. Like I said, The other seats just happen to not be back here. These seats are big. These are big, full-size seats, arguably maybe even bigger than the seats in front. The seat backs recline. You can see that they're sitting back at an angle. They do recline even further, so you could totally stretch out with these things. So they recline over a broad range. There's rear audio and climate controls. This one has it. There's, you got your rear audio and your climate controls. What I also like about these front seats is they got these flip down armrests. I think those are super cool. I love armrests. Not having armrests in my truck, yeah, I miss having some armrests. So yeah, there's cup holders right here at the back side of that big center console. So it's all this stuff back here is within easy reach, no matter where you're seated back here. And yeah, these seats, they're 60-40 split. Let me show you what I mean. So I just flipped this lever and the seat folds down. On the other side, there's a lever that does the same thing. On this particular seat, if you pull up on this handle, now you can get this thing to pivot up, and now you've got entry into the third row, right? So people don't have to climb over to get into the third row. And the other side functions a little bit different than this, but it also flips up the same way. Here's the second row flipped up on both sides. Now, it's no surprise that if you end up being one of the lucky recipients to sit in the back seat, you're not going to have a lot of leg room, because it's about right about there. That's about your leg room down there. So you're not going to have a lot of leg room, but there is a lot of headroom. You got a lot of headroom up here, so you at least got that. Everybody's got cup holders on the side back here in the third row, and they also have cubbies back here in the third row. So, you know, you got plenty of storage, that's for sure. Apparently, also, the third row seat also slides. It also slides back and forth. So that does give you a little bit more room. So, yeah, I guess, yeah, with the seats in place, there's not going to be a whole bunch of room, but you could definitely go grocery shopping for sure. And then I guess you could throw the rest of your groceries right in the middle. But yeah, with the back seat out, you definitely got a lot more room back here. Very roomy, full-size SUV, to be sure. Confirmed, this is the driver information center. We can see what direction we're facing, and looks like, I guess, maybe how many miles till empty or something like that. At any rate, yeah, confirmed, that's the driver information center. Okay, let's talk about driving impressions for the 2004 Toyota Sequoia. Pilot, you know, because I had a chance to drive this thing for a little bit this morning. And driving the Sequoia on the open road is a pleasure, honestly. It's got plenty of power. It's got a lot of low-end torque. So this vehicle isn't hurting for power. I love it because it's got a powerful V8 engine. It's very smooth, seems very efficient, and apparently it's got an ultra-low emissions rating. The transmission, too, it shifts really smooth. It's responsive. It's seamless in operation. I didn't even really notice it. I didn't even notice it in operation. So there it is. That's what you call seamless. It's got a long wheelbase, and it is a big vehicle, that's for sure. But it definitely has a comfortable ride on all types of roads. Even though it's a heavy-duty truck style, solid rear axle, doesn't matter. It absorbs the road quite nicely. There it is right there. There's that iForce 4.7 liter V8. Boy, there's a lot of room under the hood here. Easy to work on this bad boy for sure. So the 2004 Toyota Sequoia, this thing weighs 5,300 pounds. So yeah, it's going to need all of this V8's 240 horsepower and 315 pound-feet of acceleration producing torque. But it does get up and go, that's for sure. Not that I was speeding around or anything, I wasn't, but this thing certainly can move if you needed to. You don't have to really put your foot on the gas too much. So I guess what I'm saying is get up and go is better than adequate in all circumstances. And the Sequoia, it cruises comfortably at speed, no problem. And as far as towing, with this engine, this iForce V8, you can tow 6,200 pounds. All right, let's talk real quick about brakes and handling. So the brakes, big ventilated disc brakes, they work well. They come with electronic brake assist, which detects panic stops and increases brake pressure automatically to help reduce stopping distances. Confirmation here, this particular model has four-wheel drive, because like I said, four-wheel drive is not standard. But let's talk about the four-wheel drive. There are two controls to activate the optional four-wheel drive system. Right now, we saw the little lever, the little gear shift that's down here in the center console. The first is a simple button, right? There's a button down here, right? Located low in the center of the dashboard. If we press this button, it will put the vehicle in four-wheel high, apparently, and that's good for driving on snow-covered roads or muddy terrain. It can be you can press this button on the fly, apparently. At any speed, you can press that button on the fly without having to stop the vehicle. Now, right here is your traditional-looking shift lever between the front seats that activates four-wheel low, a creeper gear used for extreme off-road use, such as descending a very steep hill. Speaking of steep hills, the Sequoia's active four-wheel traction control comes standard on four-wheel drive models. So that's standard on this particular Limited. So if you drop it in a four-wheel low, and the system automatically locks the center differential for go anywhere capability. The two-wheel drive Sequoias come standard with rear-wheel traction control as well, though it offers fewer abilities than the four-wheel drive models, of course. There's also electronic stability control, which comes standard, and it helps the Sequoia maintain stability should it lose traction and begin to slide sideways. This electronic stability program selectively applies brake force to individual wheels to stop a skid, and it can really help you avoid an accident. Pretty cool. That's cool technology, especially for 2004. All right, let's talk about fuel economy real fast. Let's talk about fuel economy real quick. This is a big 5,300 pound SUV. It's big, it's heavy. So yeah, though it's drivable and exceptionally comfortable and luxurious, yeah, it's not the best when it comes to gas gas mileage. So the EPA says that only expect about 14 miles to the gallon in the city and 17 miles to the gallon on the highway. That's, I guess, for four-wheel drive versions, which we're looking at here. Two-wheel drive versions up the highway figure to 18 miles to the gallon on the highway. So doesn't really matter, two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, you're not going to be getting exceptional fuel economy. But I guess you don't own a vehicle like this and think that you're gonna get exceptional fuel economy anyway, do you? Okay, let's wrap up this features and configurations review of the 2004 Toyota Sequoia with some final thoughts. Well, you know, we obviously already know the 2004 Toyota Sequoia has seating for up to 8 or 5 people and lots of room if you take out the back seat. It delivers a smooth, comfortable ride. It comes with lots of safety equipment, including traction and skid control. There's available front side impact and head level airbags, 3-point seat belts for all seating positions. That comes standard. There's available on-demand four-wheel drive, which this vehicle has, and the secure feeling that comes with driving a vehicle that weighs more than 5,000 pounds. And it does. It feels good driving this thing, especially since it's got power to move itself around. So the Sequoia's strengths versus its full-size competition include its overall smoothness, outstanding build quality and finish, impressive interior accommodations, and space. Its weaknesses are few, confined to the lack of an optional engine and higher towing capacity. Though, like I said, it can pull 6,200 pounds, which, well, that's not bad. After spending an entire day with the 2004 Toyota Sequoia, my verdict is it's a marvelous full-size SUV. And on that note, I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you found this review of the 2004 Toyota Sequoia helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I'm going to tell you to have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the very next video.